Bitcoin last night broke out of a downward pattern that we have been watching form over the last few days, guys. But what's even better news is that on the monthly, the pattern that we have been watching play out is playing out exactly as planned. Now, I was watching the charts last night and we did dip below this level of support just for a little bit, but it appears as right now, guys, we are looking to recover. Want to start by showing you the weekly charts for Bitcoin. You can see that contraction is forming, guys. That is a very good sign. Now, today is going to be a recovery day with the next level of resistance sitting around 4,600. However, on the weekly, we see the contraction forming, which means that this is going to be a good week overall. But looking at the hourly performance right now, guys, as you can see on the top here, we have broken out of the downtrend that we were in the last couple of days. It was a little bit of a fight in the middle of the night, but once things broke out, we kept going. Now, another word of note here, when it comes to crypto, their day starts at 8 p.m. Keep that in mind. These cryptos turn over. Their 24-hour period is from 8 p.m. to, I want to say, their 24-hour period starts at 8 p.m. essentially. So if you're looking at prices, if you're looking at the charts around 8 p.m., 7:50, 8 p.m., 8:10, you'll see what I'm talking about. That's exactly when things started to shift. We had a nice recovery candle that we have right there, which brought us above to the levels that we are now. Now, I like to look at the monthly, guys, and what we have been paying attention to is that the end of September is going to basically bounce us out. Okay, that means that October is still looking positive, in my opinion. If somehow Bitcoin would have corrected to, let's just say, somewhere in the low 30s in September, then of course I would be worried. But we didn't get that. We still have about 8 days left, and the technicals are looking good. Now, the rest of the world is kind of panicking, but that's why I named this video Bullrun 2.0, because the fear and greed index, guys, it's flashing red. Now, if you don't know about the fear and greed index, it's basically a simple indicator of market sentiment. Everyone is scared right now. And what does the Mr. Warren Buffett say? When people are scared, that's when you get greedy. So, my only sense of concern, though, however, is that on the weekly chart here, looking at the top, the RSI, we are still in this southern region. We're still in this negative territory, downtrend space. However, we bounced off this support here. So you can kind of look at this scenario as being, if we remain above where we are now, if we stay at above 40K this week, then that's going to reverse the trend that we see on the weekly, and we'll start to see this line stretch up here. Okay, that will in turn reflect what the daily is trying to do, because you see the daily chart, the daily action is ready to go. It's going to be a good day. It's raining where we are. It's kind of dark and cloudy outside, but I see sunshine on these charts, guys. Now, as far as what to look forward to over the next couple of hours, and make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel, because I got some big stories coming out about Cello, Energy Web, Sensorium, and Teslas. So make sure you stick around for that. But the hourly looking beautiful, in my humble opinion. Let's take a look at this top chart here. You can see nice uptrend that we are forming now. This is probably what was last night. Yes, this looks like the move we made last night. We came all the way down to about the 20 level, which would be around 38. It came down to about 38,900 something. I did watch that, but we bounced back up, had another fall off somewhere around this looks like 10. Yeah, this looks like 10 p.m. Then haven't been the same since. We broke through, call that a trend reversal. Now we are in the northern region, and looks good to me, guys. So as far as Bitcoin goes, everything looks good. Let's take a look at some of the top gainers right now. Like I mentioned earlier, Sensorium. Okay. Now, pay attention, guys, to watch how this works. If you know, I've been talking about Sensorium for a long time on this channel. You know, they're focused on metaverse, virtual reality, alternative worlds, things like that. Digital avatars, more specifically, right? Well, there's a show coming out tonight on Fox, Alter Ego. Check my shorts. You'll see what I said a couple months ago about when this show comes out, this coin is going to pump. And we see we're up 10%. Another top performer on the daily, Polkadot, doing well, making some strong movements to the north side, looking to recover, potentially get back to that $33 range, that $35 range that we were in about a couple weeks ago. IOTA, same thing. Up here, I like how we've come down to this downtrend region here, but we were supported by the Bollinger Band and continued to go back up, as well as you can see the contraction forming on the daily, which means that's the springboard, guys. Matic recovered as well. That almost broke down to under $1. That was kind of shaky, but sitting up 7% right now in the last 24 hours. H bar, another strong recovery. Now, let's take a look at this H bar chart because this is very, very good to look at. Now, on the bottom, we may not be seeing any contractions forming yet. As the money moves through the markets, it'll eventually get down to, it'll come back to H bar because of where H bar is positioning. Now, this is another moment for me to insert another fact here. I said that because if you look at CoinMarketCap and the coins they're ranking in the top 100, maybe top 150, you'll notice how money tends to trickle down. Okay. As Bitcoin comes down, it may take like 8 hours, 8 to 12 hours before the rest of the market feels that. It'll come down 8 to 12 hours after Bitcoin. Then when Bitcoin begins to go the other way, same ripple effect tends to happen. Like so, once as you can see, Bitcoin is already making its move back to the north side. So there's pulling up alts. Now, why I am excited about HBAR specific technicals is because of this hook right here. We came down below that Bollinger Band and we're being pulled. Okay. And you can see the contraction here on the RSI, which means there's a substantial amount of strength coming into the market, volume, if you will. And you can see how that is being reflected on the candlesticks. Now, for the daily, we may see 37 cents again before it slows down. However, on the weekly, the run that started last week is not over, guys. It's not over. We are still sitting above the support level at 24 cents. Now, at the top here on the RSI, we broke down that medium range. We broke down beneath it. But what we want to look forward to seeing is if it's going to continue this trend and work its way back down to 25 cents before we go back up, according to the weekly, or is the daily chart going to be more dominant and continue to push us back up to where we want to be? But only time will tell, guys. Right now, though, everything's looking pretty decent. If you bought the dip last night or the day before, this is how you make money in crypto. Algorand up 8.5%, guys. Decentraland down to 66 cents, up 7% in the last 24 hours, guys. But this is a buy. This is definitely a major buy zone, okay? Another top performer, Digibyte, up 7% in the last 24 hours. Bounced off that 3 cent, came back going the other way. The daily looking good. This bounce off this bottom Bollinger Band is almost too clean. It's too clean. So we definitely got a lot of support as we try to make our way back up to the 5-6 cent range. Now, not much contraction forming on the daily. However, let me show you this weekly chart before we get out of here, guys. You know how I feel about the contraction, okay? And on the weekly, Digibyte is getting, this is a squeeze, guys. So that means Digibyte is about to get ready to pump, essentially. Okay, I could be wrong, but every time I see this setup, it happens. And we've been riding over the past few weeks. Let's just analyze this weekly here. You can see we have been riding this resistance line since about August. Okay, that resistance is at 7 cents, 6, 7 cents. So, but what these bands are telling us is that there is some movement getting ready to occur because there is still a lot of volume. There is still a lot of money in the Digibyte system. And if you look at the block explorer for Digibyte, you can see the address holders for Digibyte. They are in large amounts. And in some of these account ages go back years, guys, years. So if it's one project that is held, that is hodled very strong, it's definitely Digibyte. Now, last project I want to look at, guys, we're going to take a look at Energy Web too, as well as Acoin. But Ravencoin, I want to take a look at Ravencoin right now because tokenization, real estate tokenization is in the air, guys. Okay. Real estate tokenization is in the air. So we need to be paying attention to projects like Raven Coin. We already seen how they are tokenizing properties in Wyoming and in other parts of the United States. Okay. One of the largest real estate giants in the United States is now accepting cryptocurrency for mortgage payments. On the other side of the globe, one of the largest real estate giants in China is crashing, okay, with word of them fractionalizing the debt through a DLT system. Ravencoin needs to be watched right now. But another project needs to be watched, Energy Web. Like I said, make sure you stick around for the video I got coming later today on them. Another major deal from Energy Web, guys. And this one, they're going out to California, but sitting up 7% right now. Basic attention token. That story is much like Decentraland. That's a very strong project, very strong utility. You to pick that up at this price is quite the blessing. Now, of course, we have Tezos. Now, Tezos had a pump. I've been watching Tezos price action for the last 2 years, essentially. This happens. When Tezos has a rally, it's going to come down regardless of market condition. It does its own thing. Okay. Tezos always moves on its own. Now, we're up 5.5% on the last 24 hours. However, we were just at $7 not too long ago. Now we're back under 5, but I can definitely tell you that we're headed the other way. You can see the contraction here at the top. And the RSI is looking ready to reach this bottom Bollinger Band, looking to recover, much like what we did here, guys. So still positive when it comes to Tezos. XRP under $1. I don't even need to explain that. But another project, guys, I'm going to show you. And this will be the final one. Acoin. All right. Now, technicals. We see it. We're getting ready to go through the squeeze, okay? Weekly, we're already in that squeeze. Now, their performance when the markets had dropped on the 7th, you can see this was a pump. Now, last night, the same thing occurred, guys. Okay, same thing occurred last night. Let me go to the 4-hour release so I can show you this. But yeah, same thing occurred around right here. As the markets was coming down, this project was still going. Now, of course, it's utility. All right. I wanted to highlight this because of the fact that the last time we saw markets come down, we saw utility coins come up. This is happening again 2 times. It's not a coincidence. It's a pattern. Utility coins are about to run Q4. Okay. But Acoin, guys, project I'm going to be supporting and talking a lot about on this channel. It's no sponsorship or anything like that. If you saw the video, you know how I feel about this project. Been watching it unwind for quite some time. But let's close out by looking at the financial overlord that is Ethereum. Guys, still, I call this day definitely going to be a recovery day. But I feel like last night we did see the trend reversal. Ethereum chart often looks like Bitcoin, and it's much of the same. Now, this is something interesting to take note of here. We're beginning to form a squeeze. Now, Ethereum came all the way down, wick down to 26. That looks like sell off. People took profit. Maybe shorts were knocked out, but we recovered from that. We're back at 29. I definitely believe we'll see 3K today, and we'll stay safely above 3K as we look to close out the day. But I feel like I've been going on. I've been rambling on, guys, but I just wanted to share with you what I saw in the markets. I think it's Bullrun 2.0. If you agree, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so that way you never miss an update on global crypto adoption with a global perspective. Of course, all the links to me directly will be down in the description and at the beautiful QR code to the left. And as always, guys, have a great day. Have a prosperous day. Most importantly, make that mind. I'll see y'all in the next one.